Hello and welcome to our Let's Talk Sports live watch-along of Manchester United versus West Ham United. You could say both teams are united tonight at Old Trafford. All the players away from their mums on a special day like today. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to you all out there. I believe Seb True didn't mention that in his game earlier, so boo, boo, Seb, boo. Anyway, I'm Jamie Davies and I'm with Seb True, but we're also with, for the first watch along ever, it is Dominic Ryder Cup. How are you, Dom?
I'm very good, Jamie. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Happy to be here.
I must admit, I wanted to get you on for when we had the FA Cup game a few weeks ago, but I just couldn't find the time to do it. But I wish we did do that game because United beat West Ham. So this is a revenge chance for David Moyes and his men.
I'm also very glad that we didn't do that because in general it was a pretty dull game. And the fact that it went for extra time as well, so it would have been 120 minutes of very boring.
Oh my God, it was. It really
People signing
was.
up for the 90 minutes of this live watch along and then suddenly an extra 30 minutes to do this now.
Mate, that was me the other night with Juventus FC Porto. It wasn't boring, but I was kind of like, I want to go to bed now, but okay.
I said I wouldn't have a beer in front of that game, and I ended up having a beer in front of that game because it wasn't for me. I just didn't like that game.
Well, we're of course waiting for the players to come out on the pitch, and Dom, let's go through these lineups, shall we? Because we've just got it on our page here. Here we go. So, looking at the United lineup, it's going to be Dean Henderson in goal again. No De Gea. Of course, he has returned after the birth of his first child. He did travel from Spain. Then we've got Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Luke Shaw in defence, so no changes there. McTominay and Fred in front of them. Fred the Red, the mascot, is not on the sidelines. He's out on the pitch tonight. We've got Greenwood, Fernandes, James, and a big surprise is Marcus Rashford, who I must admit, Dom, I thought he would have been missing this game. But let's look at your team, West Ham United. Fabianski in goal, a goalkeeper who I find very underrated at West Ham and in the Premier League since his move from Swansea City. Creswell, Diop, Dawson and Kofel in defence. And then we've got Zutik and Rice. Oh, what a pair them two have been in front of the defence for West Ham this season. Bowen, Noble and Johnson in the midfield just behind Antonio. And Antonio is back. Dom, how do you feel about that West Ham lineup?
Do you know what? I'm quite surprised for a couple of reasons. I mean, for one, it's a very defensive team, especially in comparison to the team that played against Leeds. You know, we've got no Ben Rama. Ben Rama's on the bench, and there's no Fornals in the squad, which I'm quite surprised by. So I'm assuming that means he's injured, because he's been playing pretty well in the last few weeks. So I'm disappointed that he's not there. Noble comes in, which he has done at times this season. And the thing is, whenever Noble's played, he's played all right. But it automatically says to me, right, okay, we're going defensive, which is fine.
And he really run around the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is it's fine because we're playing United, and you can expect you're going to be mostly on the defence for that. But it just with no Ben Rama. Obviously, Lingard can't play. No Fornals. I don't know. It just feels like there's a lack of pace there. And when we want to counter, we've got Bowen and Antonio, and that's really going to be it. And if we're mainly going to go on the counter attack, I don't know. I'm not sure how effective those forwards are going to be, but hey. We'll see.
We'll see. Of course, that's what happened in the cup tie, wasn't it, Dom? It was West Ham being very defensive, asking United to come at them, and it worked. It did work, and then obviously a McTominay goal out of nowhere, really, and that ended the game. So, do you think Moyes is doing the same again?
Well, I suppose so, and I'm slightly disappointed that he is because I think. Especially when we played City a couple of weeks ago, we actually played really well and we gave them a really good game. And we were unlucky not to come out with a point in that game. So yeah, I am slightly disappointed that he's gone a bit more defensive. I should note as well that again we're only playing with 8 subs on the bench. which shows that we are having quite a few injuries and quite a few players missing out at the moment, which we were fortunate that we didn't have in the first half of this season. But I think our lack of squad depth is showing now this second half. The fact that we've got 8 subs and two of those are goalies, and 3 of those I think actually are players who've never played a minute in the Premier League.
God. Good chance.
Got a bit of a lack of depth on the bench tonight.
Dom, we always do this. We put on the live chat page the score predictions from everyone on here, and then we check it at full time. So what is your scoreline prediction?
I'm going to go 1-1.
Ooh, 1-1. Okay. What are you going for, Seb?
2-1 to Manchester United, and I've got a feeling there will be a penalty for United.
Hey, that doesn't happen as often.
Yeah, that's the best prediction.
We didn't get one against Chelsea, which it clearly was a penalty. So, well, here we go.
On the flip side of that, we've got the least amount of penalties out of any Premier League club this season. So.
Oh, but it's a claret and blue thing, you know. Sean Dyche complains about no penalties to him as well.
Well, here we go then. So, Man United, of course, in the home colours of red shirt, white shorts, and the black socks, and West Ham in what I think is a very nice away kit this season. It's their good old blue, of course, not much claret this time. What am I saying?
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, Jamie.
Oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? I should never be a painter. So here we go then.
Oh, that was lovely.
That was lovely jubbly.
A nice little back kill there from Antonio. Came to nothing.
So what?
I like going through
what
the
minutes everyone on? Because I'm still on 48.
I'm on 1 minute 14.
Oh, okay. So Dom's ahead. Are you ahead as well, Seb?
1 minute 50.
Antonio got to a nice ball there. Ooh, played that in corner.
Corner already? No, piss off.
Do you two remember the last time West Ham won at Old Trafford?
Oh,
2007?
When did you say?
2007?
No, but oh yes, it is. Sorry, yeah. And do you know who the goal scorer was?
Go on, you know this, Dom. Yeah.
Carlos Tevez.
It was.
And that was to save us from relegation.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, come on. No. Ah. Thought there was a penalty shout there. Dawson going to the box.
Seb, are you sure you're going to get this prediction right? Because you said penalty to United, not West Ham.
Of course, I'm still confident. I had a good guess that my prediction for the game earlier that I did was correct, so I'm just sticking by my predictions now.
These are our best chances to score, I think, throughout the whole game is from set pieces. When you've got people like Souček, Dawson, Diop, Antonio in the box, that's definitely going to be our best opportunity to nick a goal.
You basically have a man up on set pieces with Maguire defending them. Now, I admire
our set piece defending is shit.
But I admire Maguire as a defender. I'm not going to be the one who says, oh, 80 million, he's worth 0. No, he is a clearly good player in his own way. But his concentration levels are abysmal. And I thought he was good at headers at the World Cup in 2018. And when you see it now, his headers go completely different directions. It's almost as if he's never headed the ball in his life.
Oh, here comes Rashford. Of course, I was a bit surprised he's starting with his ankle injury. McTominay playing again as always. He scored the winner in this game last time out.
He did, yeah.
Of course, Dom, there's so many England players, isn't there, that it's getting to that point of the year, isn't it? This whole international break, Euros, and I look at Declan Rice and think, oh, he's got to be in that squad.
Oh, he's got to be. I mean, he's been in all of the England squads so far, and he's really made himself a regular under Southgate. Southgate clearly likes him. He's got a good relationship as well with like Mason Mount and those guys in the central midfield. I would
he's
say
down
though,
injured.
Has he?
Oh. Speak of the devil.
A challenge with McTominay, and he looks
oh no!
Right, not ready.
Do you think this is because of the Euros? Because we're playing Scotland?
I was about to say Rice's injury record is impeccable.
Oh no, he's down. Oh no.
He's limping. He's got up, but he's limping.
Oh shit!
But I was about to say Rice's injury record is impeccable. So, but he's a really good player and covers so much ground. He's so athletic. And
I think the partnership between him and Souček is probably the best midfield partnership in the Premier League this year.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree to that.
And because they complement each other so well, in that Rice can sit back and then let Souček push forward, and then vice versa. Souček is great at letting Rice run forward, and Rice is really good with his forward runs as well. They've just been so good this year. I'm so impressed.
I think it's also they both cover so much ground. I think they're both in the top 5 for amount of ground covered in the Premier League out of any players. So they both work extremely hard, as if it's almost 3 midfielders. And I think on show today are 2 of the best midfield partnerships. I'm not saying 2 of the best midfielders, but 2 of the best midfield partnerships, in that Rice and Souček are a good partnership, as in Fred and McTominay are. I think in the Premier League there aren't many better partnerships in midfield than those two there.
I do think, I'll say this now about Fred and McTominay, I feel safe when they're in the starting lineup. It's a weird thing to say, but you know when you have defenders or defensive mids and all that, and then you see 1 or 2 players and you go, yeah, any game you can rely on them. Or there's also a game where you look at Lindelof and you go, oh God, we're going to hell. But it's.
I will say though, in terms of England squad, by the way, I think the likelihood is that Rice will be the only West Ham player that will go to the Euros in the England squad.
I think
I would personally like to shout out 2 players who I think are worth at least a shout, and that's Aaron Cresswell at left back, who I think having probably his best season at left back for us since the years at Upton Park, and especially because there is I think a lack of left backs at the moment for England. I think he's worth, he's in the top sort of 3-4 English left backs now, so I think he's worth a shout. And also, I know he's a very outside chance because England have got some very good centre backs, but Craig Dawson,
he's played all right, hasn't he, this season?
An absolute marvel since he's come into this West Ham side. Like he's given half a dozen man of the match performances. He's given about 7 or 8 clean sheets since he's come in. Nicked a couple of goals as well, and all for a player who last season he relegated twice in a row, pretty much. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, and I think he deserves to be in with a shout. I don't think he'll go, but the fact that he's played so well since he's come in.
What about Antonio?
Antonio's Jamaican now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I need to get that right.
But the thing is, of course, Antonio was in the squad under Big Sam. When Big Sam was manager, he brought him in the squad. Never got an appearance. But
so was Lallana, and he scored the only goal for Big Sam. But are we going to bring him in?
Yeah. But no, I think, especially when you look at the strikers that England have already got, he's nowhere near. And I think the fact that, and this is my big issue with Antonio, he's so injury prone. And there have been quite a few matches this season when, which I've been watching, and say if we're winning, like with 70 minutes gone, I'm like, right, get Antonio off and wrap him in bubble wrap, and because I don't want him to.
Imagine putting international fixtures on his fixture congested workload already. It would be a catastrophe. I think Craig Dawson's a decent shout because mainly of he's a very covering centre back, which England don't have a lot of. Maguire and Stones like to come forward, like to go onto the man, like to play the ball forward, and even Cody to an extent. I could go through them all and say that they like to be somewhat ball-playing centre-backs. We don't have that typical sit-back centre-back who will cover the space and be almost like a sweeper role. And Craig Dawson is one of the few English centre-backs who does do that. And I think England does have a lack of centre-back. I'm not really confident
absolutely.
about a lot of them.
Yeah, I worry about centre. I mean, John Stones, he's the number one for me.
Yeah, but John Stones has proven that when he's not with the right person, he can be a shambles.
Well, look what he did.
That's why I worry next to Maguire.
Look what he did in the Nations League against the Netherlands, John Stones. It was terrible. You know, the ball went backwards, gave the ball away. Cross in. Oh.
And actually, funnily, that would also complement Dawson very well, because one of the things which I never really thought about him before until he came to West Ham, but one of the things I've noticed since he's come into the team, because I always watch it without the crowd noise whenever I watch it, and you can always hear him loudest because he's always shouting, he's always barking instructions.
Leadership.
He's a really great leader.
Yeah.
And so he would be the kind of guy to really suit a kind of John Stones centre back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he deserves a shout, at least.
Jordan Pickford's also very vocal. He could get a shout out of anyone.
Did you see?
I think to notice when England play that all the Jordans are the loudest, with Henderson and Pickford.
Did you see the footage the other day of Rashford and Maguire? Rashford was offside when Maguire played the ball, and then Rashford's literally shouting at him saying "fuck off." I thought that was a bit harsh from Rashford, because Maguire's making a point, and then Rashford's clearly not taking the criticism. It's like, well, you were offside. So
yeah, I agree with Maguire on it. Rashford should do better to stay on side. I thought it was a bit weird in the moment.
I like Rashford, but the last month or so of Rashford has made me think he's missing a few things. His decision making up front is terrible.
His decision making's never been good.
No, it's never been good. It's never
always
changed.
relied on individuality. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always he makes a pass instead of shooting sometimes. Like against Man City, had 2 window opportunities to just go fucking kick the ball. Just kick it. And Luke Shaw did it for him. Luke Shaw scored. He was like, that's how you do it, bruv.
Take another touch, take another touch, take another touch, take another touch, and Rashford puts it over.
Yep, sounds about right.
We got Elms. Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
999 from 1999, I hope. What a year. He says Man United 1, West Ham United 2 he's going for. In his
what is that emoji? What is that emoji?
I hope so.
I like the emoji.
In the world of emoji, yeah.
It's a yellow blob. It's probably Blobby's brother. Oh, McTominay.
Great, Jamie. I'm happy for you.
There was an article in The Athletic the other day which made me laugh. Fred, it was something about Fred, just basically the writer saying, he's okay, but I still don't know, what does he do? He's not bad, but he's not good.
In certain matches, he does one thing, and in the other, he does the complete opposite. He's a very polar kind of character.
He's a weird one. He's a weird one. He does some terrible tackles as well. Diallo's on the bench, of course. He scored the other night, which I don't know if you two saw. It was a fantastic header on his second game of his career or something like that. United, I can't remember.
Chip over Donnarumma.
That was Diallo against AC Milan. He scored a backward header, Chicharito kind of header. An ex-West Ham player.
Lobbing Donnarumma as well.
What's that?
Getting it over Donnarumma, that was brilliant.
That was beautiful. Just something. Oh, hang on. Jamie Burgoyne says, "Does Seb know what delivery is now?"
Deliveroo. I knew what it was before. It's just that he was making a point on the stream before, and I pledged ignorance. Let's just say.
Burgoyne, if you're watching, do get me a Deliveroo. Any meal. I'm not a vegetarian, so any meal will do, even if it's just milkshake. And he also says the score line will be 7-8. So we're in for a goal fest if that is the case.
We've questioned Jamie Burgoyne's football knowledge before, but now we've bumped the nail in the coffin.
I think he means the rugby score from earlier in the Six Nations.
Good tackle by Diop.
Where's Diop from?
Again, already we're showing we've got our strong defence, I think, already.
Yes, West Ham aren't going to be easy to score
against. What happened there? It was so weird. He was completely sidelined. Now Bonner's injured, but Diop's come in and done really well.
And funnily enough, around January, around the half point of the season, I would have argued that Diop had been our worst player so far, because whenever he'd come in, he'd actually been pretty poor.
I remember the match against Arsenal, just awful.
And yet, he's come in, and this has actually been quite a trend with our centre-backs, because other than Ogbonna, who's pretty much been in the team mostly, and up until the point he got injured, when Dawson came in, he really impressed. When Balbuena earlier in the season came in, he really impressed. He came in there. When Diop's come in, and they've kept on. It's only been the luck of the draw that they've actually gotten into the side in the first place. But whenever they've been given the chance, they've taken it. And I think it's really harsh on Balbuena, the fact that he's on the bench, hasn't had a game in ages, because when he played, he did nothing wrong. He was playing really well, and it was just, I think he was rested for a game. to bring in
that was
Dawson,
it.
and Dawson obviously done brilliantly.
It just shows, though, doesn't it? You have to be on your feet. As in, even
Oh,
if you are off for
it's
one
hard to play
game.
football often.
Yeah, good point. Dom, have you got a name on the back? Because I noticed you got a few new West Ham shirts.
I do. Do you want to have a guess who's on the back here?
It's got to be Declan Rice, surely.
Dawson.
The man himself.
Oh, he's gone with the. He's going to have some rice tonight. With
Have
his
you
curry.
heard about the clause in Dawson's contract? So he's on loan from Watford, and if he
Yes.
plays 3 more games, then he is a West Ham player, apparently.
Oh,
So
really?
2 more after this. Yep.
And
The-
for 2 million.
Yep.
Bloody hell, it's nothing, is it? In terms of football.
Good price.
But
And the fact that he's 30 years old, so he's got at least, you know, a good solid 2 or 3 years left at the top of his game.
yeah, and the
It depends.
experience is there as well. Actually, I read the other day that Jesse Lingard, if West Ham did, I think United have put a price tag on for him for just 20 million, which at this rate, Dom, they'll definitely spend that because Lingard's a completely different player at West Ham.
I'd do it now. I'd just say, yeah, 20 million now on the table at the
Yeah.
end of the season. He's ours. I wouldn't mess around because he's really impressed since he's come in.
Yeah, from the get-go.
And I think we'll miss him tonight.
Yeah.
Think that would show.
Yeah, I must admit I was quite thrilled he wasn't going to be able to play tonight.
Yeah.
Jamie Burgoyne says, I have Donald Love on the back of my United shirt. Do you?
Well,
Send me a
he plays
pic.
for
I would love to
Shrewsbury
see
now,
that.
doesn't he?
What's
I
that?
think
He plays for Shrewsbury now, Donald Love.
Yeah.
that's the point. Jamie Burgoyne's a Shrewsbury fan, so.
But I thought you'd have got Henderson. Surely you would have got
Oh, yeah.
Henderson Burgoyne.
Yeah,
He played for
Burgoyne.
Shrewsbury.
Oh yeah, Henderson's apparently the best goalkeeper ever, according to Burgoyne.
I mean, he is. At United
He should be
at the
stopping
moment.
that the other night. He should be stopping that.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't care what you
Oh,
say,
God,
he should be
yeah.
stopping-
The fact that he literally went under it, it was like, really?
Yeah.
It should have been
I
saved.
think Henderson's actually made quite a few mistakes this season.
I didn't like what someone there's this United YouTuber called Adam McCullough. Yes, I'm putting myself out there. He said that Henderson's just a kid you can't criticise. I'm thinking, whoa, hang on, he's 24. He's not a kid anymore. You know, he is at the age now of a
Yes,
goalkeeper.
because Rashford doesn't get criticism when he's 23 or 22.
Exactly. So I don't think you can really start using excuses now. He's there. He's a United
Ooh.
goalkeeper.
He fumbled that one. Talking of him, it was an awkward cross, but
Oh dear.
it's fine. They didn't concede. I captained Fernandes tonight, so I'm hoping just for some return.
Fernandes is he didn't really. I know he scored against Man City last week, but that was from the penalty spot. But he didn't do much for me last week.
Yeah, I think I think he's starting to get a bit tired. It's a
Yeah.
bit of an easy thing to say when you're not too sure what's going wrong. Maybe he's tired, but he does look it.
Yeah, I just saw that. Henderson didn't.
He's caught flat-footed one when the cross is deflected, and he takes out Bowen. Bowen is down. Am I a bit? I like Bowen. I like what he's done for West Ham, but am I wrong to have been a bit underwhelmed by him, especially his goal scoring record so far?
Do you know? Funny enough, there's a YouTube channel that I quite like called Hammers Chat, which is obviously a West Ham fan channel. And Gio, who's the main guy on that, he was saying halfway through the season, he said Bowen's done okay, but after his really great form at the end of last year, I would have hoped he would have been a player of the year contender for this year, and he's nowhere near that.
I think it's a bit too much to ask of him, but I think he's done well, but I think he is a bit underwhelming for my liking.
I mean, I think he scored 4 goals. I mean,
5.
I don't think that's good enough. I think he's been all right, and he's obviously relatively young in comparison to quite a few of our players in that position. So I'm hoping that he's still got quite a few years to prove himself. But yeah, I think actually talking of decision making, as we were earlier, I think that's his big issue: is decision making. It just let him down. That's the same actually with quite a few players that we've got there, like Fornals and Ben Rama. Their decision making is poor, but.
He was actually a great. He should have scored even. He should have at least scored one goal against United in the reverse fixture. I remember he was completely running over United in the first half, and he had chances, but he didn't put them away. And I thought at that point, yeah, he's just not clinical enough, which is surprising considering his goal rate for Hull before he came to West Ham United.
And he's got a mean left foot. His left foot is a great shot on him. And the fact, especially at the beginning of the season when we started on this good form, he was keeping players like Benrahma, Yarmolenko out of the side.
No, Yarmolenko was keeping himself out the side.
Well, Yarmolenko is one of these players who we're tipped to sell in the summer. I have to admit, maybe I'm biased, but I quite like him. I would like him to stay personally as well, because the one thing he's never afraid to do is have a shot, and we've got too many players who don't shoot enough, and I like the fact that he'll be happy to have a shot, and the amount of goals that he scored from us that have come off like deflections and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that the worst performance I've seen in the Premier League this season came from Yarmolenko in that match versus Manchester City. And I think he tried 9 passes, none completed, completely gave the ball away from City's goal. Just awful. I thought, he's capable of so much, but then he just does so much shit in one game. You think you can't give him a chance on the pitch.
Yeah.
I get frustrated by him. Because knowing how good he was at Dortmund as well, and how good he was at Kiev. Well, he wasn't actually that good at Dortmund, but he clearly is a capable player.
And again, arguably one of the best left feet in the league. The fact that, but that's his problem. He's only left-footed, and if you're a fullback or a defender playing against him, all you need to know is don't let him onto his left foot, and he can't do anything.
Arsenal thought that with Eric Lamela today, and Eric Lamela ended up doing a Rabona and scoring with it.
Which just surprised me.
I heard a stat, I think it was the other night, the Lamela in the Europa League game, for the whole match, didn't touch the ball once with his right foot.
Wow.
Brilliant.
I think it's the same with Yarmolenko. It's a similar kind of elk where he touches it with his left foot and can't do anything with his right foot. He's too left-footed. He's got 2 left feet, that's the saying.
Do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, folks, if you haven't already. We're at 421. We'd love to get to 425. Of course,
we'd like to get to a football formation soon.
We'd like to what?
Get to a football formation, like 4-2-4.
Very good, Seb.
You should.
I wouldn't quit your day job. That's all I would say.
I would, but that's a different matter.
Maguire with a header. Oh, it's head tennis all in the box. It's from one end to the other, and it's not hit the net. Oh, bit of a rally going on. Now it's on the left-hand side. Oh, finds no one. It's like watching ATP tennis there, but with their heads. Of course, Dom and I are big cricket fans. Dom, we were talking last week about doing some T20 watch-alongs at some point, which would be a lot of fun. Dom is, well...
And long.
I mean, Dom, England cricket, I feel like...
I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
I feel like short format matches for England cricket are the only ones we can deal with at the moment.
Yeah, well, like I said to you, actually, when the 100 comes round, that'll be really good to do.
I'm looking forward to that. When does it start? Is it May?
No, it's later than that, I think. I think it's like June, July. I think it's proper like summer.
And it was supposed to start last year as well, so we've had that delay. So luckily it's still going ahead. Everything seems to be running smoothly for it.
Hope so. Because I want to get some tickets. Because the Oval and Lords are both really close to me, so just a walk away. So I'd like to get some tickets for it.
Nice. I've been to Lords, but I've never been to the Oval. The home of cricket. Never forget that Cricket World Cup final. Oh my God.
Oh, amazing.
We got a question.
I had to miss it because I was at the British Summertime Festival. Oh, that was shocking.
You actually missed it? I didn't know that. Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
that must have been heartbreaking because, God,
Yeah,
I
and there
loved
was a
it.
little ripple of excitement through the crowd because we were watching Robbie Williams. And there was a little ripple of excitement from the crowd when we realised we'd won. And for about 30 seconds, then we went back to Robbie.
Brilliant.
It was great.
I was at the Open when it was happening, so I was in this media centre and just everyone was watching over this small TV, and there was a New Zealander guy standing next to him. When we won, I just went mental, and he was crying, and I was just like, yes, yes. Oh, sorry, you're from New Zealand. I forgot about that.
Harry Maguire is currently down injured.
Oh shit.
But there's a question
Oh,
from Connor that we
Rashford.
actually mentioned before. Connor saying, evening question for Dom: should Craig Dawson be in the England squad at this summer's Euros? Unfortunately, it was a bit late to the video, but we basically said, yeah.
I think so. Because what English centre backs will get in at the moment? Stones, Maguire, Cody.
No, I don't think Cody should go after the season he's had.
I'm not a fan of Cody, but yeah, I know what you mean, Dom.
No, Konza. I'd have Konza over Mings. It's a tough one.
I quite like Mengs actually. Quite like.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's just so irrational.
Could ask for John Terry. He's
I'd like the idea of maybe Shaw, Cresswell, these players that can kind of play centre back in the back three, because Southgate's going to play a back three.
Yeah.
Then you bring Walker along maybe. Stones, Maguire, Michael Keane. Don't forget it. I think he should be in the squad at the moment.
He's
Actually,
done well. And
Cresswell thrives in a back three.
Exactly.
Back three, I think. Yeah, Cresswell would be good.
But I think Michael Keane should be in there, definitely. I'm trying to think of others, but I think people will try and give a shout for Lewis Dunk, but I'm not convinced. So.
Especially with, Brighton have been so poor this year.
Well, they've not. Dunk's a weird one. I am a big admirer of him, but I don't think Brighton have been that bad defensively either. I think teams have also outscored their XG against Brighton by pure luck.
That's true, but also I remember I watched Brighton v Palace a couple of weeks ago when when Palace scored with the only 2 touches they had in the
Benteke. I didn't see the game, but I saw the stats afterwards. I couldn't believe it.
So there's a metric that exists. Expected goals exist, but there's also expected points. Now in Europe, no team, or maybe about one, is 10 points below their expected points. So that's already quite big. 10 points below your expected points is quite a big deficit. Brighton, as I checked the other week, were at minus 19.5 on their expected points.
Ooh.
So they should technically be 4th in the league with the chance they have, the games they should win, for instance. So it's not an exaggeration that Brighton are well better than their league position, because they clearly are. And I know Jamie thinks that XG and points are all probably just bullshit metrics.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You might have a decent argument
it's
for
like
that,
the average positioning stats. I mean, my God.
it
the
just shows
fuck's
a bundle.
that? It just shows they move a little bit more further forward or something. It's like, great.
No, the average position where they're all basically on the same line and just bundled up into one big pile of nothing.
And then you see the goalkeeper. It's the fact that I think there was, when they first tried it, they actually had the goalkeeper in it. And I was like, no, what? Why? What's he doing? He's just in the same
I'd like to see it for a Bayern Munich match to see how far out Neuer is.
Yeah. He'd be more on the halfway line than Thiago ever was. Oh. Sorry, Liverpool fans.
I think Brighton could go down though. I think there's a really big chance.
Well, they won today against Southampton, so they've got some breathing space.
Oh, did they?
Dunk got the goal. Dunk got the goal, you see.
Dunk. Put him in a biscuit. But
Dunk got a goal, Che Adams and Trossard.
I think Newcastle will go down.
Yep, I think they will.
Fulham look
I said
too
this
good.
months ago, didn't I, Jamie? I said Fulham, I can see them getting out of it. Newcastle dropping in, West Brom and Sheffield staying in.
Well, we both said it, didn't we? I was saying at the start of the season, Fulham can do it. I mean, I didn't like the fact that at the start of the season, everyone, all these critics were saying, even journalists were saying, have Fulham gone up too early? I'm like, what does that mean? If you're going to go to a playoff final, you're going to go for the win. Surely.
But if you ask most people who watched the Championship last season, they said they were surprised Fulham got in there. It wasn't like it was an amazing
Yeah.
full. So maybe I also just followed that same rhetoric by saying it was probably too early, but I love what Scott Parker's doing. I think he's doing a terrific job, even
Great
if it's
manager.
relegation zone.
Really rated him.
Yeah,
And actually, I've got a prediction for who I think the next manager is going to be to go.
You think it could be him
I think Big Sam will
again?
resign at
Yeah.
West Brom to
Good
keep
shout.
his record of never relegating a team.
Good shout. Yeah, I think that might be
Oh
possible.
shit, yeah.
Especially,
Because I think he's that kind of. He loves that record, and I think he's the kind of manager. He's the kind of guy who I think would do that.
I actually think it'll be Roy Hodgson.
Ooh, it's a good shout. Yeah.
Because
He's had a
they-
good.
his-
He's done all right with Palace for what he's done
Yeah,
at
I
Palace.
know,
He's done a
but
good job, hasn't he?
I think they're getting very frustrated and agitated, and they won against West Brom yesterday on a penalty. I
Yeah.
think they're getting agitated, and people know at Palace that the Roy Hodgson era is coming to an end, so maybe they might cut their ties. If they find themselves safe at some point, or reasonably safe, they'll say, okay, Roy, it's great what you're doing, we're going to get another
Come on.
manager in before the start of next season.
Ah, blocked.
Or get Eddie Howen. That's what I can see them doing that.
He was a pundit yesterday on Sky as well, so I think he's a bit bored at the moment, Mr. Eddie Howe.
What do we think of Chris Wilder, by the way?
It's a shame.
Can I have some information? Was he sacked or did he resign?
I know they said it was a mutual decision.
Then it was his decision, in my opinion. Because I don't think Sheffield United sacked him if they were to put in the under-23 as the interim.
I think it could be one of those talks where it's kind of looking at performances and they're probably thinking, you know what we're probably going to say, but what do you think? Kind of
Because he's the
situation.
best to get them out of that league again, out of the Championship. So
Well, this is the thing. I had this chat with my brother when Sheffield beat United a few weeks ago, and I said to him, if he was gone, he would have been gone by now, in terms of getting sacked. If they were trying to save their season, maybe. But I thought so late on in this season, they would have just gone, look, we'll go down with Weld and we'll try and get back up with him, like what Norwich are doing at the moment. And it's working wonders for Norwich. I watched them today. Norwich played great. They got the win. But yeah.
yeah, but Norwich are becoming
It is.
the yo-yo team,
Are becoming the what? Sorry.
the yo-yo team.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Really, they really are.
But they'll win the league by a mile, won't they, Norwich?
Yeah, I think they will. They had a tough game today, but they got it. Darren Moore, of course, the Sheffield Wednesday manager for the last 2 weeks. Oh, it's
Now,
funny.
part of me does want Sheffield Wednesday to stay in the Championship because they had that points deduction, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that at the start of the
Yeah.
season. Well, the stats just come up. Man United have 5 attempts so far. West Ham with none, but both teams have had none on target. Which, if thank goodness there was no football tickets available for this one, because you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
I was going to say about Sheffield United, they hired Heckingbottom as their interim manager, and I
What a
thought,
bottom.
well, they need a kick up the bottom, more like.
Yeah.
But they were atrocious against Leicester today. It was. I felt bad watching them, and I rarely feel bad about watching a football team lose, but I felt bad. They just looked so awful, and when Iheanacho gets a hat trick, you know something's
I
going
know.
wrong.
I mean, Iheanacho, I don't rate Iheanacho, so the fact that he got a hat trick is just ridiculous.
I don't rate him either. He's the most frustrating player ever, next to Jordan Ayew.
Oh, Don, was there a chance?
Oh no, we were just on the break and just a bit of a mispossession from Rice there.
And that's what Fred and McTominay do well. They cut up they make sure that you don't break away too quickly. And
Yeah.
it's worked quite effectively today.
Actually, in terms of Sheffield, I mean, when we played them a few weeks ago and we beat them 3-0, I think we beat them. I was watching it with my dad, and whenever I watch a game with my dad, I always say to him, "Oh, is there anybody in the opposition team that you would take at the end of the season?" And very rarely do we ever say, "Nah, not really." In that Sheffield United team, we were both like, "I wouldn't touch any of them with a country mile."
Brilliant.
They were
I'd agree,
all
yeah.
appalling.
Awful.
All appalling.
When they're relying on Sharp, it's bad.
Yeah.
Billy Sharp, what a legend.
I think we were linked to Lundstrom at the beginning of this season. I thought he wouldn't even get in our 28-man squad, let alone get on the bench or on the starting 11.
I think the only bright spark is Bogle. That's the only one I can think of. And yet that's clutching at straws.
That was a good block on McTominay there.
The transfers are awful. I mean,
Yeah.
Berg has been injured for a while, and I thought he was actually okay when he got a bit of a run in the team. But apart from that, Ampadu on loan, I think he's been awful and shown that he's never going to be Premier League quality. Low?
Yeah.
What the hell? Brewster? Even from last season, Muse, McBurney, these are all awful transfers. And then they've got, what is it, Oliver Burke? Oh, come on. It's almost as if someone compiled a list of transfers that are surely going to be a failure, and Chris Wilder's gone, you know what, I'll have them all. Because even at the beginning, I was thinking, why are they buying these players?
Oh, Dom again, another. What happened there?
It's just that frustrates me so much. So we took that free kick, and we've got those. Like I was saying earlier, we've got those men like Dawson, like Souček in the box. Great headers of the ball, all scored quite a bundle this season, and yet we try and do something clever and play it short, and it's just that's never worked. Why don't you just put it in the box? Yeah, I'm surprised actually. You know, funny enough, I don't know if he's injured or not, but I'm surprised that Rashford is playing because I'd have assumed that Cavani would have played.
Yeah,
try and null and void the threat of our centre back.
Yeah.
So
he's
Fabianski's
not
just made a
available.
great save there. That's a terrific save. I think Fabianski gets fingertips to it onto the post from a Greenwood shot. Yeah, he saves that. It's a really good save.
He's so underrated, Fabianski. He's done very well in the Prem, I feel.
Just signed a new 1-year deal.
Oh, is
I
it?
think
Oh,
he's
so
had better
same as Noble
seasons,
then.
but yeah.
I've just been reading some more comments. Connor says, actually, this is a good question for you, Dom. He asks, Dom, do you think Souček will stay at West Ham if they don't qualify for Europe?
Oh, great save from Fabianski. I've just seen that. Yeah, that was brilliant save. Sorry, Jamie, can you repeat the question?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's from Connor. He says, Dom, do you think Souček will stay at West Ham if they don't qualify for Europe?
Oh, good question. I think.
Great save.
I think. Don't get me wrong. I think Souček is a great player, but I think he's at that level where there's a midpoint where he's probably too good for West Ham, but not good enough for like a top team like United. And so I think that will benefit us. So I don't think there'll be many suitors in the summer. Unlike players like Declan Rice, where all the big teams will want him.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right actually with Souček. I don't think there'll be many large teams like United, Liverpool, Chelsea. I just couldn't see how Souček would fit into their system.
Yeah.
If you're Chelsea, get Rice and Souček. Get them both.
United.
I mean,
I can't see him going to
I would
United.
want about half a dozen of Chelsea's first team players.
But I'd take that midfield partnership over Kante, Jorginho, or Kovacic, Jorginho. I'd take both Souček and Rice over that. That's Chelsea's weak point, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even if they're not scoring a lot of goals, I just don't think they're getting a lot forward with their players that they've got, with Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante.
And they have been linked with Rice for a good while, Chelsea.
Well, isn't he at the academy?
Well, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was the good thing actually for me. I mean, because it's poor as a West Ham fan. I should hate Lampard, but I actually really like him. I thought it was a great player. Really good manager. So I was disappointed when he was left Chelsea, but I think it does help us out because Rice was Lampard's target, and so the fact that Lampard has left for me gives me hope that actually
he won't go there.
The interest in Rice will be sort of softened a bit. Oh, Rashford should have buried that.
Oh,
that was
weak shot, hey.
They've just showed the average positions again, and it's got the goalkeeper in it.
Yeah.
Why? Guess what? He was a bit more to his right. Probably because of the save against Greenwood. Rashford.
Anyway.
To be honest, I don't think Rashford could have done more with that.
No, it's hard. It was too far out. And
Yeah.
you never get power on that. It's a floating cross.
Oh, Antonio! Oh, I should have put it in.
He's not having his best game, is he?
Had a lovely little run through the middle there.
But finally, folks, we're getting some shots on target.
Yeah.
With 7 minutes left of the first half.
See, this man here that I'm just seeing a replay of now, Vladimir Coufal. For me, my player of the year for West Ham.
Really?
The fact that we've struggled with that right back position, we haven't had a properly decent right back since I'd say sort of Lucas Neal in like 2000.
It's a while.
The fact that we bought him for what, 5 million, which in this day and age is
cheap.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And he's the level of consistency. I can't name a bad game that he's had all season. He's been brilliant. Honestly, I would give him. I don't think there's been many better right backs in the Premier League.
I thought it was atrocious against Liverpool, but yeah, I agree with you to some extent. I think Stufal has been. I mean, we talk about Souček, one Czech, but we don't talk about the other one who came from the same club.
And we've got them in the Euros, Czech Republic.
Yeah, imagine them, Souček and Kufal running all over us.
Oh, that'll happen.
The fact as well that he's properly hard as nails. He never goes down as Stufal at all.
Surely
Connor
spiky if you're saying nails.
Connor's saying Antonio was a decent right back when he played there.
Oh,
that was a few years ago now. That was quite a few years ago.
That was a weird period where I was like, right back today, striker tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sure one day if the goalkeeper were to get sent off and there were no subs, he was going in the net.
Come on, we can do with a goal in this game. I've watched too many bloody low-scoring games recently.
It has been pretty dull so far, hasn't it?
Oh, any United game is a dull game, Dom. Don't worry, it's not you lot, it's us.
Are the experts at the 0-0?
No Martial in the teams today.
Oh, what a shame. I don't rate Martial one bit.
That's the thing, because whenever we chat, you always say, "Oh, I don't rate Martial," and I always say, "Well, if you're selling him, we'll have him."
Really?
Do you really want him?
You want to do that?
I can imagine Martial singing to me right now. Don't you want me?
So the problem with Martial is his work rate, and I think the thing at West Ham that's worked so far for Moyes is he's got players that bought into the idea of working hard. Even Bowen, as we mentioned, we can criticise his goal scoring, but he worked extremely hard off the ball.
He does.
And that's one thing that Moyes won't have. It's people who don't work hard, like your Felipe Andersons, like your Yarmolenkos. These are why they've been cast out of the team. So Martial, no, I don't think it'll happen. If Moyes is manager. And
well, Felipe Anderson that you mentioned there, he's going to be the first man out the door this summer.
Yeah.
Well, that depends who will take him. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. On loan with Porto, and he's played 3 times.
Yeah, that's the big problem. He's not really covering himself in glory.
No, ridiculous. I mean, the fact that we bought him for 40 odd, I think we'd be lucky if we got 10 for him.
But
Great business.
The worst part is he's played. I don't even think he's played 90 minutes in 2021, and he's not injured.
Yeah.
He's not injured. That says something.
Bowen. Oh, I couldn't get the ball in. Couldn't get across it.
Connor says, also I would say Wan-Bissaka has played better at right back in the Premier League this season. I said last week, after that Man City game, that I think if Southgate is going to have fullbacks, I think you've got your Luke Shaw and your Wan-Bissaka sorted for your fullbacks.
Yeah, but if they play with right wing backs, do you see Aaron Wan-Bissaka in that position?
No, they can't do that.
I still think that Kyle Walker's got his place in the squad.
Yeah,
I think
you're probably right.
I think the starting right wing back is Trippier. His suspension.
Oh yeah, good shout.
He's been terrific for Atletico Madrid this season. Given that he has been out for 10 games though.
And he was at the World Cup as well.
He's been great for England whenever he's played.
That free kick against Croatia. That was his
amazing
first.
How many free kick takers we could have in that England squad? If you think of Cresswell, even who's got a good set play on him.
That was his first England goal.
Ward-Prowse is great at set plays. Mount is really good at free kicks. Imagine.
I would have Ward-Prowse in the England squad purely for his set piece taken.
Oh yeah, he's the David Beckham of today. I actually do have a Beckham England shirt ready for this summer. So
I am a big fan of Ward-Prowse.
I've got one as well.
Which year?
Oh, I think it was It was his final year, actually. I think the one I've got, like 2008 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know which one. Yeah, mine's 2006, the red one.
Oh, from the World Cup.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was the away one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then Henrik Larsson scored an equaliser late on against England, which I remember at the time as an England fan, even though we were going through, I was kind of pissed off but delighted for Henrik Larsson because I love Larsson.
Yeah. Joe Cole scored a worldie in that game, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Chester and then just in the net. That was a brilliant goal.
John Motson doing the great commentary there. It's come up to Joe Cole. There's the volley. Oh, what a finish! It's such a great commentator.
No. Come on. Yes, good defending.
Come on. We need
This is the
Diallo
other
on.
thing we're good at.
We need
with our
Diallo's hat
defending.
trick. Sorry, what?
We always stay on our feet. We never, go to ground. We always ensure we're sensible when we're defending in the box. We very rarely give away penalties.
I'm hoping the head groundsman at Man United is listening into this while watching in the stands, because he might just get the sprinklers on in the West Ham box for the second half. I don't know his name, but if you are watching, just thank us and let us know how it goes.
Some of us try and think of tactical solutions. Jamie's thinking, how can we do shithousery?
No, I'd be one of those. I'd have a sniper on the roof of the stadium. Right, Messi is pissing me off. Shoot his leg.
Yeah, do you not want to try a 4-4-2? But we've got a sniper.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to go for a 4-4-2, but instead we're going to have one outside the stadium. So we're playing with 11 men out on that pitch.
Do you remember when we played Stockport this season and they had the
That went on.
fireworks?
Yeah, but that game went on forever, I thought.
You'd have them on standby every time we get into the opposition box. You just, right, set up a load of fireworks, lads.
And then literally come 20 minutes in, I've fucking run out. You'd run out against Man City if it was Man City attacking.
Yeah.
I'm at half-time now.
Oh, half-time. 2 minutes off stoppage time.
Yeah, I've also got the Milan-Napoli game on in the background because I'm always a big fan of all these Italian kits this year. Jamie knows I bought myself an Immobile one the other day, the away kit or the away shirt. Oh, I can't wait.
You could have bought it from me, but instead he went somewhere else.
My Italian club of choice is Fiorentina.
Oh, weird.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying this.
Captained.
Mm-hmm. Frank Ribery. Oh, I love Frank Ribery. What a player.
I love just what he says sometimes.
I've never seen him interviewed, to be honest.
He's known for being not the brightest fella.
Of course. I mean, that's for
it's almost as if he embraces that now.
I've just reached half-time as well, by the way.
Yeah, and just as I turn my eyes to the Milan game, my stream has frozen, which is just terrific.
It's because it heard about what you were talking about with Ribery. He's decided to take over your stream somehow.
Well, there's no... Yeah, okay, Jamie, okay. I guess. It's got nothing to do with Fiorentina, but yeah.
Well, sure. Well, you know me. So, yeah, it's half-time. Man United 0, West Ham United 0 in what is the most goal-fest game you'll see tonight because, well, there's nothing else going on. Of course, Mother's Day, every mother watching must think, I want to go back to my cake and instead not watch this. Seb has a point.
I don't know if you saw the interview with Kelly Iheanacho after his hat-trick.
Oh,
he
no.
dedicated his hat-trick to God, to his players, and to all the mothers on Mother's Day. And it got really cheesy. It was nice, but it got very, very cheesy. He's like, I want to thank God for this. I want to thank my family, my friends, my teammates, and this hat-trick is for all you mothers out there.
Like, do you think his mum is responsible for him getting a hat-trick? Technically, she is because she gave birth to him. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it today. So, you know, if you think about it.
Great detective work there, Jamie.
I know, it's fantastic. Anyway.
He came from his mother. Oh.
His mum got the assist. Anyway, let's look at the stats. And at the moment, the possession, it's been more Man United 65% to West Ham United's 34%. Now they're putting points in. I'm not reading that. Shots on target, 2-0 to United, of course. Greenwood with a shot that was well saved by Fabianski. And then Rashford's header, which was easy for Fabianski to deal with. 8 shots to nil. I must admit, I kept thinking West Ham had at least 1 shot, but apparently not. We've had 313 passes for United. West Ham have had 168. In terms of corners, it's 4-1, and offsides 1-0 to West Ham. And there's been yellow cards, only 1 for Man United, and fouls conceded 2 to United and 0 for West Ham. Dom, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I mean, the fact that we haven't had a shot doesn't surprise me, because the fact we've only got 2 attacking players on the pitch. I would be, you see, there's part of me that would want to go and try attack a bit more, maybe bring on like Ben Rama on at some point in the second half. But then there's also the part of me that's like, well, I'd take a point against United, so maybe we should just try and hang in there and keep it to 0-0. But then again, the other part of that is we've already tried that this season in the cup. So of course, we ended up shooting ourselves in the foot. But I don't know. I don't think we've played brilliantly, but we've defended well. And in these kind of games, that's what you need to be doing. So I'm happy with that.
Seb, I just think it feels like one of those games where 1 goal will do it.
Yeah, it seems like it. I was just looking over a few stats and seeing who's completed the most passes. And in this game, it's Fred and Aaron Wan-Bissaka with 50. Then you also look at their heat maps of West Ham's players, and Antonio is the only one who's got a bit of his heat map in United's penalty box, and it's a very small shade near the edge of the box out wide. So it's no surprise they've had no shots, because they're not getting the ball in those positions. Maybe it's negative tactics from Moyes. I'm not going to judge him or say anything like that. Yeah, I think United have actually been quite good in breaking down West Ham's player, in particular Fred and McTominay. They're both top of the interception stats in this match currently. And I think just this compact midfield that United play with, the diamond formation, it's not been exactly that, but that compact midfield has really hindered West Ham getting forward. And I think that's why Moyes decided to put Noble in there, to put more bodies. But it's just all in a bit ineffective at the moment. Nothing's really going on.
Let's have a look at the live Premier League table. Yes, it's live. So that would mean, I know it's beautiful technology. So Man United, actually, if it stays like this, they would, of course, be third, because, of course, Leicester City beating Sheffield United earlier. Man City top, of course. We don't want to talk about that. Chelsea fourth. West Ham United would be in fifth still, of course. Chelsea did draw, so it is a great opportunity for West Ham tonight to get a win at Old Trafford. And then looking at the bottom at the moment, Sheffield United pretty much the first team to go down, I'm sure, with West Brom. Fulham still in there in the fight. Newcastle United are just 2 points ahead of Fulham, but they do have a game in hand over Fulham, while Brighton lost today, and they've got no games in hand. Actually, no, sorry, they do. They have a game in hand over Fulham. What am I saying?
They didn't lose today, Brighton.
What's that?
Brighton won today.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, they did. I was just testing you there, Seb. Well done. Look, Murray Walker sadly passed away yesterday. I think we've got to carry on the Murray-isms, but I'm going to use my Jamie-isms. Anyway, so yeah, that's your Premier League table at the moment. And of course, just quickly go through the scores of what happened in the Premier League today. Southampton 1, Brighton 2. There you go, Seb. That's the clarification. Leicester City 5, Sheffield United 0. And Arsenal getting a win over Spurs in the North London derby, 2-1. So it was a good result for Arsenal and for Mikel Arteta. And they've had a great week. They got a great 3-1 win away at Benfica, so 3 away goals. After all the pressure that Arteta has been this season, they might be just turning a corner, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to have a 2-minute break, folks. And in our 2-minute break, because I need the toilet, we're going to show you highlights of Seb's very exciting game between PSV and Feyenoord. Don't go anywhere.
An aggressive game from Feyenoord, considering, as I just mentioned before, they won their last match 6-0. So when you're on that sort of form, you really hope the team can push for it. Oh my! Then I might have been right. They did go for it. Just gonna see it now then. Oh, it's PSV trying to play
Great
out from the
venue.
back, quite poorly giving possession away. It's for the first. Oh, it's Berghuis. Oh, that's a good goal. Oh, that's a good goal. And that's why he's their top scorer. He's, yeah, currently top scorer for Feyenoord. And that puts him on 14 level with Marlon, who plays for PSV. Luke Moore.
Oh, PSV have just scored.
We thought no goal would come, but... So, just get into it now. So Harvey puts a ball in. No, it's not that moment. No, it's not that moment. But Feyenoord lose it in their own half. That's the big problem. It's basically been that. Turnovers in their own half have cost them dearly, both teams. Oh, that's a cheeky goal. Oh, that's a cheeky goal. So, I like the way Juice says, yeah, Marlon does nothing, but we've just got a goal from Marlon.
It's really cheeky.
I know what you mean, though, but Tahavi's a better player recently, but Marlon is their top scorer, so... So the fight for second top scorer in the league between Marlon and Berghuis is still on. Both have scored in this match and both are level on goals. An aggressive game.
Welcome back. Of course, half-time here. Manchester United 0, West Ham United 0 at Old Trafford, a very empty Old Trafford. And it's actually been a year now since fans were in the stadiums watching football. And my God, do we miss it, Dom?
I know, it's been a bit gutting, especially the fact that we're having such a good season. It's a shame that there aren't fans in there to enjoy it. That being said, I think one of the reasons why we're doing quite well is because we don't have fans in the stadium, because our fans have just been on our back constantly saying,
"Hey, you
play shit football, come on."
And that's Dom Ryder. But you've got an athletics track around you to protect your players, surely. It's too much of a run for these fans, you know. You'd think when they've had a pre-match
I tell you what, the one thing that I do quite like, though, about not having fans is I like watching games without the fake fan noise.
Oh, it's so good.
I can listen to. I like hearing the players sort of shouting, and I like hearing which players are loudest and the managers shouting tactics and things. I love that. So that's been one thing which I've really enjoyed.
My favourite moment was when it was last season in Serie A when Inter Milan were playing. I can't remember who, but Victor Moses was playing and Lukaku was playing, and Victor Moses was holding up the ball for too long, playing. And you just hear Lukaku saying, "Victor, Victor, Victor, get the fucking ball in the box" in English.
He was such a psycho.
I love it.
I remember because it got shared everywhere. That did. I remember, and that was like the first proper moment of when there was no fans in a stadium. But yeah, I can't believe it's been over a year now since obviously fans couldn't go in, and then the football was paused for 3 months or so. So we did have a patch where there's no football at all across the globe, and aren't we lucky? We have football every day. David Mitchell and Webb, look, they would tell you that there's football on all the time in their sketch. Look at the ball move. Look, it's moving. And we'll give you different score lines.
The other day, which was points per game for every Premier League team before and after lockdown.
Okay.
And West Ham, in terms of points per game post-lockdown, were like twice as many as the next team up. In terms of comparison, because obviously pre-lockdown that season we were terrible and we were in the bottom three. This time last year we were in the bottom three, and now we're fifth.
Weird.
It's just been such a turnaround.
So weird. It's quite incredible. Like how different teams have been without fans. Some have loved. I mean, Man City. I mean, they play at the empty head anyway, so it's nothing new for them.
Hey.
I wished we were in their position though. Akil P has said Aaron Wan-Bissaka is awful on the ball. Yeah, I know what you mean. He looks so uncomfortable. Looks so uncomfortable watching him try to control the ball. Can't believe he used to be a winger. And SCO Yonzo has said, "Hey, it's Petty. This Man U game sucks, bros."
Petty, he was with us last week.
I was going to say, you've got a different account, Shenzo. Are you using your girlfriend's? Are you stealing someone else's? I mean, it's absolutely fine. I actually
No, he's only
condemn
made multiple
WikiLeaks.
accounts.
What's that? No, I don't condemn WikiLeaks. I like WikiLeaks.
He
Yeah,
made
go on,
multiple
what are you saying?
accounts.
What?
He made multiple accounts.
Oh, it's
and,
that Petty!
subset
Oh,
and
the
all of them.
legend that is! Oh, I love Petty. We love you, Petty. We've actually got a memorial for you. Not because you're dead, don't worry. It's actually because you're a legend at Let's Talk Sport. If anything, I'd rather change it to Let's Talk Petty, but Seb True wouldn't let me change it. Anyway, it's goals.
I've just had a clip of the Golf Players Championship, and New Westwood is second at the moment.
Oh, is he second? Oh, no, Bryson was behind him now. Oh, Lee Westwood is a legend for being the near man in golf. He always finishes runners-up. He finished runners-up last week. He finished runners-up in every tournament you can think of. So if there was a prize for second place, well, a lot of money still, but yeah. They've just advertised that India versus England, the third T20, is Tuesday night. And Dom, are you looking forward?
England.
Are you looking forward to the new F1 season? I don't know if you follow it as much anymore, or do you? Oh, he does. He does.
Yeah. No, I am actually. You know what? I'll thank Netflix for getting me back into Formula One, because their Drive to Survive show on Netflix is fantastic.
It is good.
Really good documentary, and that got me back into it. And last season, I was really sort of following it quite closely. I'm a huge Daniel Ricciardo fan. Love that guy.
You've got his kind of hair, haven't you?
Yeah. So I really hope the fact that he's with McLaren now, not Renault, he's not going to win the title. But last season, I think he finished 4th or 5th or something.
Fifth, I think it was. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I reckon he's got a chance of maybe even winning a race or two this year. I really do. I think he's a great driver. I really rate him, and I really hope he does well this season. But also, there's part of me that kind of wants Hamilton to win the title because I want him to get the record.
Or that Perez could do it with Red Bull. I mean, come on, we need a Mexican world champion, don't we? Who knows? Who knows? Of course, it's the end of the testing. They had it all weekend, so yeah, we'll be. You'll have to join us on our race watch-alongs for that, Dom, because we're planning on that. So you're more than welcome to join us.
Love to.
Bahrain Grand Prix in a couple of weeks' time. So I'll let you know the details anyway.
Who do you think's going to win this season?
Hamilton. This is the last season before they change the regulations, so I'd imagine for Mercedes it should go to plan again.
Do you think he'll retire?
If he wins the World Championship, yes. I don't think he's got anything left to prove then. And he's had enough, hasn't he? I think he only wants 1 or 2 more years left on the contract, so...
Do you think he might do one last year for a different team other than Mercedes after this year, just to see how well he would do and then go?
No, I still think there's still a bit of me thinking he'll go to Ferrari because that's his childhood dream kind of thing, apparently. So
do a Vettel.
Yeah, but we all know what happened there.
Yeah. Do you think Vettel's got any chance this year?
We'll see. I don't know what to expect from Aston Martin, but my God, it's a beautiful car. Lovely green.
Well, apparently, I got a notification today that apparently Aston Martin were having troubles in testing.
Oh dear. I didn't see any of testing today, to be honest, so I'm not actually sure. But, you know, you got to have problems, haven't you? We all love to solve them, I guess. Unless you're Batman. Anyway, the game has started for the second half, and Seb and Dom are literally praying to God, or whatever God that they believe in, will bring a goal. And I think at that point, you don't care who
just
scores.
need Iñárritu to do his magic of calling to God.
Seb, he's resting tonight. Leave him alone. He's done
true,
his bit.
yeah.
Yes, maybe tomorrow. So yeah, I can't believe I said United would win 2-0. That
Think
feels
that's
like
good.
we'll see.
The reverse fixture, they got all the games in the second half, didn't they? The 3 goals.
Yeah, Pogba with a goal that looked like it might have gone out of play from a Dean Henderson goal kick.
Yes, it did go out of play though, didn't it?
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
a goal kick; it was a clearance, wasn't it?
I loved when they checked VAR and they couldn't do it because the angles of the cameras are just not prepped for throw-ins.
We were prepared for everything. Oh no, but that we were not prepared for.
Oh, that was a bad slip by Creswell.
Mm-hmm.
And after all the praise Dom has given.
Oh, but it's all right.
Do you remember Creswell at Birmingham?
Ipswich.
Ipswich, yes.
Yeah.
I remember nothing of that.
Oh.
Nothing.
Jamie, question for you.
Hello.
Oh.
So obviously, like I said earlier, I'd vote Soufal as my player of the year for West Ham. Around this time, start thinking about your players. Who would you vote at this point? United's player of the year.
Bruno, no doubt.
I thought you were going to go for a left-wing choice by saying Luke Shaw.
I think he'd be second. He'd be second. But I think it's got to be Bruno for me. Shaw hasn't done it all season while Bruno has. So, yeah, Bruno Fernandes for me.
Hey, Shaw's just scored as much against top 6 teams, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. No, he scored 1 less.
Good tackle by Noble there. Oh, Noble's just taken out an injured Bruno, just as we said.
No! Thing is, though, Noble's only doing 1 more year, isn't it? They say that's it now.
Yeah, he signed another year contract extension. And he said that's going to be his last season for West Ham. So whether he moves on or whether he retires, we don't know. Me personally, I obviously would want him to retire and get a coaching position because
he will retire.
To see Noble play for any other team other than West Ham, I think would probably break my heart.
Unless he joins another West team and he goes with West Brom.
He has played a game for Ipswich, though.
Oh.
He has on
loan.
Cheated
on you, yes. Dom.
I think he went to Preston on loan as well. He did a couple of loan spells early on, but you know, I feel like he's one of the last ever, you know, one club men sort of thing, isn't he? And
yeah, you don't.
You know, he's.
Are you saying that Noble's the Francesco Totti of London?
Do you know what I am?
He's going out there saying it.
He's been such a loyal servant. You know, the fact he's, you know, West Ham boy. You know, all the way through his childhood, he's a West Ham fan and so on. He's been brilliant. He's been amazing. You know, I think he's arguably been the best West Ham player throughout his career since I've been watching the team. And
Kevin Nolan.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a coach, isn't he, at West Ham?
The main reason actually why I'm pleased that he's got another year is the fact that next year when he does retire or move on, or whether he can do it in front of the fans and the fans can give him a big send off. Because the idea of him playing his last ever game for West Ham in an empty stadium would be crushing. So,
you don't want it to end like that. It's like David Silva with Man City. You know, he didn't get to really have the send off.
I was really lucky actually. I got to see his testimonial. I got to go to Upton Park and watch his testimonial, and it was brilliant. It was amazing.
What kind of who did they play?
Oh, it was like a West Ham Legends team. So there was, you know, you had your Di Canio, you had Scott Parker, you had Ferdinand, David James, all that lot came back and had a game. Great, really good fun.
Testimonials are great. I love testimonials.
Yeah.
I watched.
But I think they should have another one. I think they should give him a second one. Why not?
No, why not? I mean, I love testimonials because watching David Beckham and Scholes together again, and Giggs against the Bayern Munich team last year or the year before, and Jaap Stam still did tackles and nearly broke someone's leg. Absolute legend. So goalless at the moment. There was no changes from half-time from either team. 5 minutes into the second half. We need a goal, folks. Maybe if you subscribe, there will be a goal. So do subscribe, and of course get in touch on the live chat page. And Paddy actually says I've got a different YouTube account with a laughing emoji, and then is asking, is F1 good? Yeah, F1's good.
Yeah.
It's a great key on your keyboard. Oh, you mean the... Sorry, I thought you meant the thing next to the escape button, which as a Eurovision fan, as a Eurovision fan, I quite like this because I've got my two favourite things next to each other. ESC, which is Eurovision Song Contest, next to F1, which I like both, so it's quite a nice touch that. But yeah, terrible joke. We'll move on. It is good, Paddy. But my only problem is, tell you what, watch Drive to Survive. Season 3 is coming out next week, I think, so do watch it, Paddy.
It's especially good, I think, if you don't necessarily focus on the fight to win the title. If you focus on all the individual little battles and stuff, it's great.
I think Drive to Survive gives you a reminder of how much more important it is, the Constructors' Championship, than the Drivers' Championship. Drivers' Championship actually isn't that important. It's the teams getting the money for where they finish. So it's like the Premier League. Wherever you finish, you'll get more money than the team below you.
There's been a goal. There's been a goal.
Heart in mouth.
There's been a goal for you.
For who?
They go
No.
Is it for West Ham?
Well, there was almost an own goal just then.
Oh my God! I've just seen it. Oh, it nearly went in.
Oh.
Nearly could have been an own goal.
Actually, there has been an own goal, and you're not gonna like it. It's Craig Dawson.
Oh no! Yes!
I can't believe it.
Yes! 1-0. Come on, lads. Let's get the goal sound effect on. We've been waiting for it all night. What a goal! Fernandes with the corner.
Well, we never give away goals from corners.
Oh,
2 goals in 2 matches then.
Scott McTominay yet again from a corner. That's the second time he's done it this season. He did it against Watford in the FA Cup as well. Oh,
It's
Dom,
goal,
what
Jamie.
happened there?
It's an own goal.
Is he going to the Euros after that?
He's being held back by Maguire. That's why, because Maguire's got his hands all over him.
Let's have a look
I've
again.
actually got a question that, for me, there's been a question for me. Seb, does Kaya's chocolate still exist? It does, and it's delicious. And I went to the factory the month to learn how to make their chocolate. It's good.
I've been
plug in there.
I've been asked by Peddy to turn my mic off after that terrible F1 joke. See you later, folks. Appreciate it, Peddy. I can't go.
You knew what you were doing, Jamie.
It's like asking a dictator to leave. That's never going to happen. Anyway, we are back with the game 1-0, and Seb, I must admit, I'm very surprised because United never score from set pieces, and as Dom just said, they never concede from set pieces.
It was surprising, admittedly, but it seemed like it was worked for once. Ollie doesn't seem to work on set pieces, but it looked like that was almost worked on there. You know, just get crowded in the area and bother the goalkeeper. And Craig Dawson puts it in his own net. I don't know whether it was a foul, as Dom mentioned. I didn't really look at it that much, but 1-0 to United and chasing down Leicester.
Yeah, as you said.
But the positive is that they get clear of Chelsea, because I don't want Chelsea to get top 4. If this Chelsea side is what we're going to get in the Champions League next year, then kill me now.
I didn't know you had it that much for Chelsea.
It's so... No, I don't. I admire what Thomas Tuchel's doing to some extent, but it's so boring.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, I've not been a fan of the team, to be honest.
God, they managed to even get a goalless draw against Leeds. Leeds guarantee either scoring or conceding.
It's true. It's true. I mean, look at that United win back in December, 6-2. Oh, here's Rashford. Go on, lad. No, he's done it again. Why? Why don't you just shoot instead of running?
I would make a couple of subs. We'll start thinking about subs.
We can actually...
taking a touch, just taking a touch, just taking a touch, just taking a touch.
Exactly. That is Rashford. Oh, it's so annoying.
It works well when he pulls it off, like against Brighton, where he just keeps touching it. Then he gets it inside. Then scores.
I thought Fred had a chance there, but... Fred the Red, the
I
mascot.
think Ben Rama and Lanzini need to come on in the next sort of 10-15 minutes.
Yeah,
You put Lanzini on.
He's
Hey.
one of our only attacking players on the
Hey,
bench.
all it takes is a corner for Lanzini and he'll kick it into the roof of the net. We all saw what happened at Spurs. That goal was
Goal of the
amazing. Even watching it live was just electric.
I think this has
Goal of the
been a
season.
bit too much for Benjamin Johnson tonight.
Yeah, he's been
a bit out of his
silent,
depth.
hasn't he? He's not done anything.
He's given the ball away most out of any player on the pitch.
I'd take him off and put Ben Rama on, I think. Oh, we've got a corner.
Ben Rama
Come
probably
on.
needs to come on, yeah. Ben Rama probably does need to come on. I think the system's just wrong. They've got,
Yeah,
I think Mark Noble being in there, they've got less physicality. They've got less runners. So if
Yeah.
you take Mark Noble off and put Ben Rama on, for instance, then maybe you can just still have that presence in midfield with Souček and Rice, but you're going to exploit more out wide. 'Cause at the moment, it just looks like they're maybe a bit a man up, Man United.
Yeah.
Antonio again, though, showing just how dangerous he can be.
It's a terrible cross from Ben Johnson.
It's been a bad night for him.
Yeah.
West Ham actually have the most goals from set pieces this season in the league. 15 they've got. Headed away by Maguire.
Just like I said, Ben Rama and Lanzini are coming on. I think they're coming for Noble and Johnson, actually.
Dom, do you have David
so he
Moyes'
listens.
number? Again, David Moyes, if you're listening...
If I did, I'd be calling him right now.
I still think the head groundsman has put more water in that box. I'm sure these people are listening.
So if David Moyes is listening, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
And David
That
Moyes...
pleases me, actually, because the one thing that, especially when Moyes first came in as manager, the thing that he always struggled with was substitutions. You know, he would always...
Do it too late.
He'd never make his full 3 subs, and he'd always leave them to like the last 10-5 minutes.
Funny
So
you
I'm
say that,
pleased
Dom.
that-
He did that at Man U as well.
Owen.
He did that at Man U as well, Moyes did. Even when we were like 1 or 2-0 down, he wouldn't do anything till like the last 10 minutes. You think, well, it's too late now.
He's got a lot better. I mean, let's not forget, for instance, to come back against Tottenham, the substitutes made the whole difference in that match.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot better at doing that now. I mean,
I'm happy for
this is why he's
Moyes in
probably-
a way. In terms of this season, it's like he's turned a corner in a way.
Yeah.
Are they
Jamie
asking for a
Burgoyne.
penalty?
I don't think so.
Not sure.
Or are we asking for a corner?
Are they asking for a handball? Oh no.
No, I think it was the tackle on Souček we were asking for.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Maguire
we were
right
asking
behind
for a penalty or a corner. Can't tell.
Jamie Burgoyne saying, I remember it last time I went to Switzerland, can't seem to find it anywhere. Maybe because of Brexit.
I thought Brexit's been done now. I don't want to talk about
Yeah, that's
Brexit.
probably why they don't have chocolate there. No, I'm not talking about it. I'm cutting off there. Just said Brexit.
Yeah, I remember when they stopped making Cadbury snaps. It was like eating chocolate Pringles, but they didn't last
Good
long.
save from Fabianski there. Shot from Bruno.
Ah,
That's
come on,
for-
we need a
that's
second
for
goal.
Let's Talk Politics, isn't it?
Yes, our sister channel coming soon. It's like Talk Radio with Talk Sport, isn't it? Which I must admit, I do listen to Talk Radio. Oh, ball in the box. No. Now Luke
Bruno's
Shaw.
getting very active now.
Yes. It's
But
like he
that
has
was a good
switch
save from
button.
Fabianski. He
Waiting for those
Fabianski's
subs,
good at
aren't we?
saving shots that are low down.
Oh, it was too easy for him to get through there.
We are waiting for those substitutes from West Ham.
Yeah, good save. Good save.
I wonder how many clean sheets Fabianski has this season.
Quite a few.
Who has the most? Is it Edison?
It's Edison, yeah.
Yeah,
It's Martinez.
Martinez has been a great signing for Villa. Oh, what a save,
Martinez has
Fabianski.
been,
I-
Martinez has been immense.
I
Yeah.
think I'd put Fabianski in the top 5 goalies in the Premier League.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd give it a shout.
Oh, Antonio, come on, great run. Souček, couldn't get the ball out of his feet.
Oh.
I wouldn't put Fabianski in top 5, no. I wouldn't. I'd put him maybe ahead of... Okay, so I'll try and think of it. You probably still have to have Edison and Alisson as top goalkeepers. You've got Schmeichel. I'd still put De Gea in there.
I wouldn't put Schmeichel in there. He
Oh,
overrated. for me.
Schmeichel for me has been the second best goalkeeper this season and not been talked about enough. I think he's been brilliant.
Nah, I'm not a huge fan.
I don't know
Even
what to
when
think of Kasper
when they won the
Schmeichel.
league, I wasn't a huge Schmeichel fan.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on him. I'm
He's
not saying he's not
short
good.
fuse.
Oh yeah, Noble coming off for Lanzini, and yeah, Johnson coming off for Ben. I agree
So
with
it's
that.
like we said. It's like we said. Yeah.
It's like yeah,
I'm glad you're on the same page, Moyes.
yeah.
Thank you for watching, David Moyes. Oh, it's a good save, that Fabianski one from Fernandes' shot. Fernandes, he's got an eye for goal.
You don't say.
Cheers, Jeff. So yes, Lanzini coming on for Noble and Ben Rama coming on for Johnson.
Seb, what about Martinez from Villa? He's been the best keeper in the league this season. Yeah, that's where the point came from. I didn't put him in the list that I just compiled, but that's where the initial point came from, that I think Martinez is one of the best in the league.
Luke Tanner asking us that he'll be on tomorrow night with Joe and Adam for the Wolves-Liverpool game. I'll be there. As in, I'll be actually at the game, so I'll be looking forward to that.
Oh, really?
A trip to Molineux doing the
Why?
stats. Hey?
You wanted to get out the house.
Yes. I love it how one of you just went, why? Why? Why do you want to go?
Maguire's just blocked a shot from Bowen. That was good defending. And West Ham are going for it now. Oh, and Bowen's just put it wide. It's the thing. He had a header that came in from Cresswell. He's offside.
I better actually take a big coat with me tomorrow because Wolves is a very windy ground.
Lanzini looks lively, which is good.
This is going to be an interesting half an hour, this, because United definitely need a second goal. Get Diallo on.
So United haven't been offside
nice
once
in.
this match, which is weird.
Oh.
They're putting pressure on United high up now, West Ham.
They are. They are.
Starting the pressure game.
Oh, how did he miss?
It was an awkward one. Let's be honest.
Oh, he was offside anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll see it in a moment.
Oh, he was a metre offside. That's lazy.
It's always annoying when it's that close.
Golden Johnson.
My stream did pause for a bit, so I don't know if I'm a bit more behind or if it went back. I don't know.
What time are you on?
63:17.
64.
Ooh.
Oh.
And a good chance for Fernandes, and Fabianski comes out, and it looks like they're both injured.
Oh no!
It's shin on shin.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin our season now.
Well, we've got
Looks like it's
two goalkeepers
shin.
on the bench, so we're fine.
We've only got league,
I
right?
missed the Spanish one. I missed the Spanish guy, Roberto.
I think I'd put him up there actually as one of the worst players to ever play in West Ham. Him and Carlos Sanchez.
Carlos Sanchez. Wow.
He's at Watford now, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think he said because he was a free agent. I think he's signed for them on a free. Oh yeah, I just saw that. Fabianski's gone down.
Is it shin on shin there? Because they're both holding the shin.
Yeah,
That's a painful one. That's a really painful one. Even if you've got the shin pads on, you get shin on shin contact.
I've only just noticed that they've changed the Premier League ball. Like they seem to do it midway through the season now. I don't know why, but
when they changed the colour from the winter balls, they decided to make the most of bringing in a new brand money to go back to the white one.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I never see the point of the yellow one. I've noticed.
So you can see it in the snow.
When do we get snow?
It's a precaution. No, the orange one is to see in the snow. The yellow is to see in a dim light, I think, something like that.
Thing is, though, I've noticed. Do other European leagues use yellow though? I've not seen that.
No, I've not seen it either.
So this is why I wonder if it's really probably just do it for more money, Nike do anyway.
I love those clips of English football in the 80s where they had those orange balls in the snow.
Yeah, yeah. And then you had John
they're
Motson
amazing.
in the sheepskin coat in the middle of the pitch.
Have you ever seen that clip of it was in the 80s and it was I don't know who was playing, but it was a pitch that was really, really muddy. And there's a striker who goes round a goalie and shoots into an own goal and wheels off celebrating. But the pitch is so muddy that the ball stops on the line and doesn't cross the line when the player's sort of running away, sort of celebrating, and turns around and just...
No! Oh, that's so annoying.
Google that. That's a great clip.
I'll never forget Euro 2008, Switzerland versus Turkey. It was raining all day and it was just muddy and everything. And then Switzerland had a cross. It went across the face of goal, past the goalkeeper, and then it stopped on the mud patch. And literally, just the Turkey player tapped it in. It was so fast, but the mud stopped it at the perfect spot for him to tap it in. So over 20 minutes to go. I said it'd be 2-0, so maybe my scoreline prediction could be correct. But West Ham have had a couple of opportunities in this second half.
I went 1-1, so I could still...
I hope you're wrong.
I need that Fernandes goal so my captain is worthwhile in fantasy football.
Who does fancy Premier League these days, kids?
You're in our league.
I haven't
Jamie,
touched it since week 1.
I know, but this is the first time I've ever done it in my life, and I'm actually reasonably high ranked up in our.
I can't believe this is your first ever time. For someone who loves football, I'm surprised at you, Seb. You make me sad.
Well, and Stuart captaining Lingard was just hilarious. The guy was first in our division, and he captained Lingard, who was on loan from United, so was never gonna play.
Bless you, Stuart.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, Ben Rama.
Do you think Ben Rama's been a successful transfer so far, or?
I would give him I'd give him a 6, 7 out of 10, that kind of thing, because he's played really well, and he's pretty much done everything apart from score. You know, he provided some really good assists, he made some really good chances, and he's really given us that extra thing I think in attack that we needed. He's a really skillful player as well, probably our most skillful player, I think. But he just hasn't had the finishing products, and that's the only thing he's lacking. As soon as he gets his goal, he will be, it'll be one of our main sort of starters, I think. But
yeah.
Because he scored, he's been in and out of the team quite a bit.
When did you sign him?
Confidence.
It was in the summer, wasn't it?
We signed him on loan in the summer, and then in January we made it permanent.
Because it was one of those ones that came in really late, like in September when the transfer window was closed. So.
Yeah. I think it's 25 million we signed him.
Yeah, transfer window ended in October, didn't it, this year?
But that's on but we signed him on something ridiculous, like a 6-year deal or something like that, I think.
Okay.
6, really?
Or isn't he?
Confidence.
No, because West Ham's signing people on long-term deals has always worked out for them.
Yeah.
I still wonder what's going to happen to Harry Kane this summer.
Oh, Ben Rama's 25. He's 26 this summer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
it's not a 6-year deal. Maybe I've got that wrong.
Let's just believe it. Just
call it a Dommyism.
It seems better. The storyline's better believing that.
Our sources are Let's Talk Sport. If anyone does pick that from Dom, just say you got it from Let's Talk Sport.
False stats aren't illegal.
Of course, West Ham have definitely been more in this game since they conceded. No subs from Ollie yet.
Why would you, to be fair?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's any reason to. Oh my God, Wan-Bissaka, that was a great run. Greenwood wasn't aware.
Yeah, Greenwood doesn't seem to be his natural striker, does he?
I really like Greenwood, but I'm not rating him at all this season.
He's
only got 4 goals.
He doesn't. He's clearly talented.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
He's great.
But where does he fit into systems? Is he supposed to be this right winger? Because I think he's better on the wing, because when he plays up front, he roams around in positions and he looks a bit lost.
Yeah.
Like, he's not causing problems on the last defenders there. I mean, United haven't had many clear-cut chances coming through Greenwood. So I don't know. Is he really playing that number 9 role correctly? I would say not.
I just don't think this system's the United way, though. That's my problem.
What is the United way, though?
I miss the old 2 strikers up front.
The United way.
It worked. Had 2 strikers in the starting lineup and 2 on the bench, including a West Ham United player, Teddy Sheringham at United.
Ex-West Ham United player. Ex-West Ham United.
Yeah, he's still at West Ham, we believe. He's still not got his pension. No, I'm joking. He was on Celebrity Masked Singer or whatever last year. It was a bit random.
Masked Singer, yeah.
Yeah, that was really random.
Would you still have Cavani next season?
Yes, if we, yeah.
Because he was only signed on a 1 year, wasn't he?
Apparently so, yeah. I would, but it depends what our recruitment is this summer. I don't know what to expect from United this summer. It depends if we've got any money. I'd love, I mean, obviously it's a dream at the moment. Oh, Fabianski. It's just a thing in the, you know, you look to the heavens and hope that he'll come out of the clouds.
Oh, lovely ball across from Soufal. Nobody there.
I think I'd love to get Haaland, but everyone wants Haaland.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Will you get Sancho?
I don't know if I want Sancho. I wasn't sure about him last summer.
For the amount of money that they're asking, it's quite a risk.
It makes no sense to me. You've got Greenwood and Diallo in that area, so I don't understand why we need to sign another one.
Not the same profile though, and Sancho guarantees assists.
Yeah, but I always have that risk of. I sometimes don't like players from abroad because it's whether or not they can do it in the Prem. I'm not saying Sancho couldn't, but.
Oh, Diop, that was shocking. Give away possession. Now it's 4-on-2. Now that's
James with the pass. James with the pass.
Quickly we all come back to defend. I love that.
But James with a poor pass.
Yeah.
Daniel James is like a box of chocolate. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Who are you going to sell in the summer, Jamie?
Well, I'm hoping Phil Jones will be finally gone.
Oh.
He's been injured all season apparently, but I don't. He should have gone ages ago.
I look at the squad every year and say, he's still there?
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Pogba, is Pogba going to go? I don't know. I can't see anyone buying Pogba at the moment.
No.
How much is he worth?
How much do you reckon, Seb?
They won't want to make a loss on him.
Yeah, I
So
reckon 80.
He'll be 27 this year, considering inflation prices and Premier League, blah, blah. They will probably want a minimum 80 million, and no one's going to pay that for Pogba.
And not,
Who can
this
pay
economy at
80
the
million?
moment.
Who can pay 80 million realistically? That's it. And they're not going to spend 80 million on Pogba. They're just not.
I think this summer the transfer window will not be that crazy. I can't see
No,
it.
it won't be.
I think it'll be very quiet. I mean, look at January is normally an odd one anyway, but January this time was so quiet. Like, I was watching Deadline Day on Sky Sports and I was thinking, I only need to watch 2 minutes. I watched it for like 2 minutes thinking clearly nothing's going to happen today.
Yeah.
No links or anything.
I think us getting Lingard was the only big thing that happened on Deadline Day, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Josh King went to Everton and hasn't played.
He has played a bit, but he's not had much of an impact.
You know what, Dom? I completely forgot about that.
I like Josh King. I think he was unfortunate not to get moved when Bournemouth were relegated.
He was close to coming to United in January last year, but instead we went for a Gala. I was a bit good with that Gala go.
Oh, that's a bad tackle. That should be a yellow for Rashford.
Yeah, it's a cynical foul.
Yeah.
Oh, quarter of an hour to go. Need a second goal, just so I can win on the predictions.
I just need a goal from each team, and a penalty. Then I'll be laughing.
I think you'll be crying tonight, Seb. Crying in your bed.
Yeah, but that doesn't change from my ritual, Jamie. Come on.
What ritual? You're wearing glasses. You can't
Like
see.
usual.
Do let us know in the live chat page. Do you rate Seb's glasses? Give it a out of 5, and put in hashtag Seb's glasses. That is hashtag Seb's glasses. Or if you really
like
want to
that.
go alliteration, which I love an alliteration, Seb's specs.
There we go. Oh no! Greenwood hit the post.
No, no.
He could have put Bruno in.
Why
Oh,
can't
no,
he
could have put
score?
Rashford in. He could have put Rashford in, but no, he went for the shot.
Ah, Greenwood. When he gets it right,
Greenwood
he's dangerous.
work.
Why? Oh, I
The
forgot
grass
to change
is
that.
always greener on the other. No, can't. I'm not got the pun ready.
Oh, nice ball from Lanzini. Soufal. Oh,
Yeah, I've only just seen the Rashford tackle. It was no doubt, no doubt a yellow.
Yeah.
Stopping the pace, that one.
oh yeah, I just saw him hitting the post. That was Porter should have scored.
It's moments like that you hate to look back at if they don't. Did any of you see Maguire's open goal miss the other day?
No.
I actually
Oh.
didn't know.
Oh, you need to. There's no excuses. He's right on the goal line with the ball, and it somehow hit the post. I'll have to send you a link after the stream, but my God, it was terrible, and we should have won 2-0.
Maguire never change.
I'm only coming up to the Greenwood moment now. Oh, that's so unlucky. He picked the side, but it just hit the post. That's so unlucky.
Maguire's so clumsy, he might even go to court on the wrong date in Greece.
Has he? Oh, crap, I forgot about that. Has he still got to sort that out?
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Maguire. I'm surprised he was still a
Surprised
captain
it-
after that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got away quite lightly actually with everything that happened.
Yeah, I thought he was a very lucky man, from what I read.
He hasn't actually since he's moved. Oh, that was awful. Since he's moved to United, he hasn't really covered himself in glory, has he?
It's a
really,
weird
no.
one. I'll say this now: if it wasn't for the price tag, I think Maguire would be seen as an okay player at United, but not the.
Souček had a chance, but then I think it's Shaw who blocked it. West Ham are playing well. They're getting there.
Yeah, we're playing okay. We just haven't. We haven't created the kind of chances that we thrive on. Those kind of set piece balls into the box when we've got the men up there. It's there is Ben Rama on the wing.
But to be fair, United are defending well.
Yeah.
They're organised and they're getting their bodies in the way.
It's
So.
because Maguire heard Dom.
Maguire, if you are listening, don't forget to like
Did
and
it-
subscribe.
Oh, that was a lovely touch by Lanzini. Oh yeah, and Souček in his shot box.
I've got Souček
I
on
did
my
forget
fantasy
to say
Ben,
we're
so-
the official Premier League watch-alongers,
Earpiece.
earpiece. Yeah. So all the players have it in, and then we tell them how they should play. That's
It's
why
going to
the
get worse
substitutes
tomorrow
are-
with Wolves versus Liverpool because Jamie's going to beat her.
Poor Joe and Luke are just going to complain about not having any players at the moment again. I'm only joking, Luke and Joe.
And Rashford trying to dribble past Soufal and just goes out for a corner. And Soufal's not buying it, and it's Rashford trying to do the step overs, and Soufal's just stepping back.
Oh,
No
that
worries, Rashford, you're
Souček
gonna
block
take it
was a great
really
block.
well.
Maguire screaming at his teammates.
And rightly so.
Yeah. We do need to see a bit more of a voice from Maguire. He's meant to be the captain.
He's very vocal.
Yeah, I mean, would you still have him as the captain over Bruno though?
I don't know, because I don't know how it's supposed to work, the hierarchy in United, but after what happened in Greece, if he does take the captaincy away from him, that is basically saying, I don't believe you, Harry, I think you are guilty, etc.
Yeah.
No.
So, is that a good look?
No.
Oh,
I can see in Dom's reflection the TV's gone off.
oh dear. Oh dear. Dom, we'll have to give you live audio commentary.
And Wan-Bissaka's on the ball. And now Lindelof, deep in his own half. Pass it to Maguire. Gonna pass it back.
Oh,
to
Dom said
McTominay.
his laptop turned itself off.
He's still on though.
Is he?
No, he's still on the call.
He's frozen now though.
Frozen time.
Oh dear. I'm not sure how Dom linked up the game. I don't know if I think he had the game on the laptop as well. I'm not sure. He might be using his phone. I don't know. But Dom,
No, he's got it.
hopefully he'll be. I can't see Dom. He's literally frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen, but he's not gone.
That's
If
weird.
West Ham get a goal when he's gone, that's hilarious. Oh, Lanzini puts it over the bar there, trying to just get his foot onto the loose ball in the box. Barely a shot.
This is a big win for United if they can get it.
Absolutely. Mainly
For-
just to keep up the pressure on.
I think because Chelsea slipped up, that's why I really want the win. Just every time Chelsea slip up, you want to win. I'm not saying Leicester aren't a threat. Just there's some. Yeah, Chelsea are just so annoying that they've picked up form.
So the big problem is when the season does come to an end and City win the title, it will be a big talking point how many points behind United will be, even if they are second. Because that was the big
Dom's gone.
criticism when Mourinho got United second. It wasn't exactly, look, we got second, but look how many points behind you were.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unfair, but that will be the criticism thrown at Ollie. So if he's only 3 points behind at the end of the season, which is, I still think, quite possible, then you can say, look, we nearly won the title, and he'd be right in some way. So I think, yeah, just winning these games and maintaining the pressure, because this is the sort of game that United lose stupidly, or they did in the past, and if they win now, then good. Proving people wrong. And technically a top 4 contending side.
Sorry, Seb, I didn't listen to you then because
I
Dom's
know,
thing
I
came
know.
off the.
You're editing
Blooming-
the...
Yeah. Which
I
is
know,
very
I know.
annoying. It's all
Oh, I
good
like
now.
where your head's gone over Dom's. You're technically Dom now.
I know, yeah. There's 2 of me now.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. Yeah, and I think it might stay like this, 1-0 to United.
I'm not saying anything after that Everton game a few weeks ago. I thought we won it until
Oh yeah,
Trent
of course.
made that tackle, which was just not necessary.
Oh, and Daniel James tries getting a cross in, and do you know the outcome? Doesn't hit a United player.
No. But United haven't had a decent winger since bloody well Valencia. And then he went to, then he became a right back. So we're talking a few years ago. He was consistent, he was fast, but he can also cross a ball. I think later on in his United career, though, he couldn't cross anymore. He couldn't find anyone. When he lost
It's
that,
like Young.
he was
It's like Young as well. Young was one of
Young
the
was
best in the league
amazing.
at crossing.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in the end, you're thinking to yourself, did this guy know how to cross? And I wonder if it's an art that you really lose to know how to cross. Because look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. I know some people are going to get mad by me mentioning it, but look at his crossing. I mean, all of a sudden it's dropped off a hill.
Yeah. Should have got a
Yeah,
picture of Dom in his box so he could have.
Yeah. I've just turned the Milan-Napoli game on, and Napoli winning 1-0.
Ooh.
Which means Juventus, with 1 game less, would be 1 point behind Milan.
Ooh.
Now that's big. And Inter just about got the win over Torino before, with Martinez goal that sealed the winner. But that was a tight game as well. So Inter continue their good form, 65 points they're on, 27 games played. If Milan lose, that'll be 27 games played as well, but on 56 points, 9 points behind Inter. The title's over.
Oh,
And Dan James crosses it in there, and no one's in the middle.
Oh,
Does
Dom
Dan
Sainz
James
trying
look
to-
when he's does Dan James
No,
look
no, he
when
doesn't.
crosses?
No, he doesn't. There was another play the other day for United that didn't look when he made a cross. I think it was Greenwood actually.
But it's all the time like that with Dan James, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what Daniel James is. Sometimes.
He's a fast winger.
Yes, apparently. Oh, there's two of me again. Let's get Seb back into his screen. There he is.
Hello.
Dom is coming from an invasion in his household. That's why the laptop shut down.
God's sake, sorry.
It's all right.
No worries.
And now my laptop has decided to just turn off completely. So I don't know what's happening in the game. I've got no idea.
It's 5-0 United. Sorry, Dom.
No!
This is almost reminiscent of my appearance when Chelsea played Atletico Madrid, and I couldn't see the game. Didn't see any of the game, but I was still on the stream, cutting off every now and then. And they were asking them
Jamie,
how the match began.
You'll have to use your commentary skills to tell me what's going on.
I'm behind him.
You go ahead, Jamie, because I know.
I'm having to. I'll have to think. There must be a way on OBS to be able to switch scenes, but they don't see you do that, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So, you know when you switch scenes during a live stream, there must be a way to pause it on one while you try and go back to another without the viewers seeing it. If that makes sense. Like a
I
lock.
just saw you. I just saw all your pages go into an infinite amount.
Yeah, a real pain.
Infinite, yeah.
But we've got Dom back, that's all that matters on Mother's Day.
I'm watching Jamie do the cropping process of Dom there, and it's just brilliant.
The annoying thing is, Dom, the one thing I hate about Zoom and OBS, which we use our software on, when someone leaves the Zoom chat, everyone's pictures moves all over the bloody stream.
Oh,
It's so
sorry. Well, I just had to download the Zoom app because they didn't have it.
The dedication. You know to keep it now.
I know.
Brilliant. Let me get my stream back on.
James
Yeah,
Harrington
I've got the
just
stream
said
on.
he's watching the stream, by the way.
Oh, hello,
Hey,
James. James, you should come on and join us on a watch along. It could be Villa, it could be any game. You're more than welcome. James is always good company. Sorry, what was that, Seb?
Is this a Villa fan?
He is. James is a Villa fan. So
I can show off my Grealish shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I do want a Grealish shirt.
It is a nice one. Aston Villa shirts this season are tight. That's why I keep thinking Emiliano Martinez looks overweight. It's just that they're all tight. All of them. Have you noticed? Or
I think it's absolutely
ridiculous?
beautiful.
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I mean, I'm
they're
not
also
gay,
tight
but, you
on
know, we do like to see some of that. We want to see the gym workouts.
Martinez looks like he has some sort of a weird gut, but it's just that it's so tight.
Oh, James has said hello. Hello, James.
James Harrington, Spanish football.
Spanish
hello,
football.
James. James has a YouTube channel in which he talks about Spanish football and does match previews and reviews and things like that. It's really good. Go subscribe to that as well. When you subscribe to Lex Sport and then subscribe to James's channel.
James, why have you kept this quiet from me? Because you know we do Spanish football on our channel, don't we, Seb?
We've done it
once,
on a
but
couple occasions,
it's
yeah.
still more than.
Hey, it's our watch along with the most views.
Actually, James, do join us on our Spain watch alongs. Zeb did one last week, and we had a lot of viewers for the Madrid derby.
Yeah, it was a decent. Well, there've been better derbies, but it was okay. I enjoy watching some Spanish football sometimes, but it is fourth in my priorities.
You know,
I've got the English Premier League, then you go to Bundesliga, then Serie A. Bundesliga, Serie A, similar echelon there. Then it's Spanish League. Then last place is Liga.
I'll be honest, James. My favourite European league outside of England is the Bundesliga. But Spanish league, I loved it when I was growing up because I'd watch Beckham play for Real Madrid. When he left United, I'd always watch Real Madrid and Beckham. Those were the days.
By the way, my laptop is starting up again, so if I somehow appear on two screens, I apologise, and I will try and sign off one very quickly.
Oh God.
Jamie, you're supposed to be telling me what's happening in the game.
There's a few men kicking a ball around. They earn a lot of money doing this.
James has got a yellow card.
Shall I
There
do
we
it?
go.
Daniel James. Oh dear. So wait, how many minutes are we in? Because Seb, you're ahead of me.
No, I'm at 91, but you do you, Jamie.
How much of added time?
3.
Ooh, 3 minutes. So who knows? Let's hope there's no more
Yeah.
goals.
They're pushing, and Maguire's being a bit aggressive today, being a bit combative. And not pulling down his teammates, surprisingly enough. Goal kick. So 1 minute to play. And a
Goal kick for who?
United.
Okay.
Henderson's looking to boot it long because Henderson's not one to play it short.
No,
as
you're
we know.
right. He's done a few shorts, but no, I don't like it. James has said, I wasn't planning on the shameless plug. Too late. Too late, James.
Don't worry, it was free.
yeah, you didn't have to pay, so it's all good. But no, James, I'll get in touch with you because we'd love to have you on as well. Dom and James and maybe a bit of Seb, always welcome.
I come on when Jamie has no one else to accompany him.
No, I choose that.
That's true, that's true. And plus, when he wants a neutral head instead of someone like Dom who might beat him in, say, for instance, this match.
So, less than a minute to go, folks. Man United still 1-0 up against West Ham. I might have to take my jacket off in a minute.
And you're going to come up to a point where Cresswell does the worst foul throwing you've ever seen.
Oh, really?
But it's not given. It's not given.
Oh, fair.
But
yeah,
that is released way past his head.
This is why Dom's dad and Seb will get on, because I know Dom's dad would be keeping an eye out for foul throws, which never get picked up.
He does indeed. My dad is a qualified referee. He did a refereeing course.
Okay.
And so he's always up on things like that. The other thing that always gets him is players encroaching in the box on penalties. He's like, oh, should have been retaken.
Yeah.
He came off his line, should have been retaken.
There was a guy I play with the other week, and there was a penalty against us, and he was standing on the edge of the box, but inside the semicircle. I was like, get out of there. He's like, what? I'm outside the box. Yeah, but the semicircle's to create the distance from the penalty spot. So... little rules like that. Yeah, that's why you have the semicircle, so you keep a certain distance from the penalty spot.
What's really weird, I didn't realise that until a year or so ago. I honestly just thought it was an artist that just made up the pitch. Went, I'm going to put a semicircle right there, right next to the box.
My favourite rule is the fact that there's no offside on goal kicks. So what I have done in the past is when I always tell my strikers, be aware when the ball goes down, it's a goal kick first. I just put the ball down and just take a quick goal kick, so that our player is not offside. Because I just think it's brilliant, because they say, like, offside ref, and then they never know that there's no offsides on a goal kick. And I said that once in the match as well. Like, I said to my centre-back partner, I was like, get back a bit. This keeper gets it long, and offsides don't apply to the goal kicks. Then the two strikers went, did you know that? And then they just sat in the penalty box the whole fucking match. Like, I shouldn't have said that.
And it's full time at Old Trafford. West Ham United lose yet again to Man United. I'm very sorry, Dom. He's gone.
No, I'm here still.
I thought he did that on purpose. There, I wouldn't have blamed him. But it was an own goal from Craig Dawson that separates the two sides after a McTominay header, I think it was. So Man United, they're back to second. And West Ham, well, either way, they're still going to fight for Champions League football, which, Dom, it's a bit of a mischance for West Ham as well because of Chelsea getting a draw at Leeds yesterday.
Yeah, and especially because we've got games in hand against Chelsea and Everton. It would have been a good opportunity. But I think it shows, how far we've come. The fact that, the fact that we've lost 1-0 tonight, the fact that we lost against City the other day. I mean, you saw the reactions of the players when we lost against City. We were absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
I think it just showed how far we've come, that we feel that we should have been in these games and we should have gotten results out of these games. And, we've had a great season so far. Hey, losing to City and losing to United is it's no disgraceful thing. So I'm not too gutted. But yeah, it does mean that it's those games against the teams below us, really, that if we keep on getting all the points out of those games, which we have been doing really so far, then I think we should be. I mean, I don't think we will get it, don't get me wrong, but I think we could at least challenge for a Champions League spot. And to be honest, with the form that we're on at the moment, if we finish out of the top 6, I'll be really disappointed, and I'll feel like, oh, well, we must have done something really wrong in the latter part of the season to not get top 6. So, yeah, long may this brilliant run of form continue.
I know it's a bit cheesy what I'm going to say, but it is kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity for some of these players and the club, because West Ham for the last few years, ever since that move to the Olympic Stadium, it felt like they were going backwards, but finally they have turned a corner.
Yeah, and especially because there was a couple of years on the trot where we got Europa League, but we went out in the qualifying stages both times. So
I remember that. Yeah.
To get European football would be amazing. I mean, not just the fact that it would be European away days for fans, which I would love. I think that would be fantastic. But I think as well, I know I mentioned him earlier, and I know I could go off on one about him. But to give Noble European football in his last season for West Ham, and especially the thing I really want to do next season is go on a cup run. If we won a cup and Noble lifting the cup as West Ham captain in his last ever season, it would be a brilliant send off.
Who knows? Are you still in the FA Cup? Oh no, sorry, no, I didn't mean to rub it in. I know we beat you. I just remembered.
Cheers, Jamie.
Who have you got in the next round? Sorry, I actually completely forgot.
But yeah, I think if we got European football next year, it would be amazing. Look, I don't think we'd necessarily do very well, but even just to get in the group stages and play against those Europa League teams like your Sevilles and all that. It would be amazing. I think it'd be
Champions
so
League
good.
team Seville.
Yeah.
Wait, they played.
They liked winning the Europa League, but that's technically a Champions League team now.
And they lost to Dortmund.
Especially a team like us, where the real place where we should be is solid top half team. Challenging for that kind of 8th spot. That's where we want to be most seasons. So next season, if we had European football and still got a top 10 position in the league, I'd be happy with that, because I know some teams, when they get European football, they tend to drop off in the league. So if it didn't affect us too much, I would love it. I think it would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Let's quickly go through the stats and then the table, and then we'll wrap up. So United 4 shots on target to West Ham 0, which didn't feel like that. I thought West Ham actually had a couple of moments in the second half to find that equaliser. They did have 7 shots though, West Ham, while United had 15. In terms of touches, United had 842, West Ham with 585. The passes, United on top with 684 to West Ham's 405. And then the corners, it was 6-2 to United, and United, of course, scoring a goal from a corner, and West Ham caught offside twice. But United, with all the bookings at 4 yellow cards, with all those late challenges to stop, you could say, West Ham's run of play when they were trying to go on the counter against United. And let's look at the Premier League table then. So I need to refresh it because it's still showing the old one. Where is it? Come on. Here we go then. So Man City top as always with a game in hand over United on 71 points. 14 points behind now. Man United in second. Leicester just a point behind United, which goal difference helps them. They're only 3 behind United with their win today over Sheffield United. Chelsea 3 points ahead of West Ham, but West Ham have a game in hand. So who knows? Who knows what West Ham can do? Everton with a rare defeat to Burnley, I think, yesterday. 2-1 at home, which certainly helps West Ham out there. Same games there. Tottenham with their loss today doesn't help. So really for West Ham, it's not been too bad for them in terms of the teams chasing it with them. Liverpool play Wolves tomorrow, and then looking at the bottom, Newcastle, Fulham and West Brom and Sheffield United in the bottom 4 at the moment. So I think really we're going to wrap up there. Dom, how was the watch along for you? I know it didn't go to plan in terms of your team, but how was that watch along for you?
It was good fun. I'd love to do another one. in the future. Do you know what? I'd like my next one though to be not a West Ham game, so I can be a neutral. But no, really, really good laugh, and yeah, I'd definitely be up for doing another one.
Absolutely. I'll talk to your agent. Seb, Seb, we found out today that glasses do sometimes help. How do you feel?
I feel like my performance was enhanced. I feel like I could concentrate on the game. I could get it done. I could go for 90 minutes, and I tried, and that's all that counts.
Well, all I'd say is it suits you. Anyway,
You.
that's the best you'll get from me. Anyway,
I know. We're pushing it there.
Anyway, thanks again to Dom for his debut on his watch along. We'll get him again, no doubt. Seb True, thank you as always. He did the PSV Feyenoord game as well today, so he's done a double shift. God help him. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow.
Triple shift, eh? No triple shift.
No triple. No. That's a.
We're not allowed that.
Not allowed
that's
that.
A big
I've
rule.
made
We're
3
not
games in a
3
row.
day.
Not 3 games in a row. And of course, do join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock because Joe Stanley, Adam Davis, and Luke Tanner will be doing Wolves versus Liverpool. A big game for Liverpool if they have any hope of getting Champions League football. So thank you again. See you later, and do subscribe and have a good Sunday evening with your mother.